The plot thickens. The new program that gives you a chance to match wits with a real detective. We have our professional here, Mr. Richard Halley, who owns his own detective agency in Hollywood. Our three amateur detectives are Mr. Stan Ross, an advertising executive from Coney Island, the lovely and talented Miss Jan Sterling, and the one, the only, Groucho Marx.
Take this female out and find her a mate. And get me one, too, while you're out.
This is our mascot, Lucifer. And I'm the district attorney, Jack Linkletter. Thank you. And this is my mascot. This is the bailiff, Maureen Ott, and believe it or not, she's supposed to keep order in court. That's going to be a chore. Maureen, could you put Lucifer down on her pillow so she doesn't steal the show? We've all patted her for good luck. As any cat will tell you, this is a mystery program, but it's also a game. We're going to show a 10-minute mystery film, and then the actual suspects that you see in the film will sit on the witness stand, and our detectives will give them the third degree before they decide which one is the criminal. Now, each one of you detectives who correctly names the killer, you will win $500 in cash. And in just a moment, I'll explain how some of you may win $1,000. You see, already the plot thickens. Now, before we see the mystery film panel, let me tell you how you can win double $500, or what Maureen has here, $1,000. Now, what you do, if any one of you correctly identifies who the murderer is, and Mr. Halley, our professional down there on the end, doesn't pick the guilty party, then you win $1,000. That's kind of a little extra reward, a tidbit there, because you'll be beating a man at his own game. Now, bailiff, if you will wheel out this monitor so that the panel can see it very clearly, all you have to do is decide who is the murderer. Just keep your eyes on the TV screen, and you amateur detectives at home, see if you can guess who done it as the plot thickens.
Time, 4 p.m. Place, the Spider's Parlor. This spider is named Kazam. At least that's what he tells the flies who visit him and become tangled in his web of fake crystal gazing and phony seances. 3 things aid him in his racket. Lois, his wife, Arnold, his assistant, and the fact that he has a heart as cold and hard as that crystal ball.
Why so quiet, honey?
I'm thinking.
Well, what's the matter? Don't tell me you see something in the crystal ball.
Yeah, I see something. Trouble. We've been working our pitch too long here.
Oh, but honey, we're doing great.
I know, baby. But it's time we blow this town. You and I are going to go on a vacation.
Vacation? What happens to me?
Sorry, Arnold. On the second honeymoon, I don't need any assistant. Oh, look, we'll be back in a couple of months. When we do, we'll pick up again. I'm not trying to give you the brush. You're still the best shill in the business.
All right. But before you take off, what about my split?
Sure, Arnold. Right away.
Wow. Talk about money going to a guy's head.
Safest place in the world. Here it is, $36,000. Your split is 1/3, $12,000.
Thank you.
Well, aren't you going to count it?
What for? I trust both of you.
Atta boy, Arnold. The rest is ours, baby. Plus 2 tickets to Mexico City. We leave tonight.
Tonight? Well, honey, I have to pack.
What's the pack? I'll buy you a whole new outfit in Acapulco.
Aren't you forgetting something? Didn't you set up a seance with a couple of regulars, Collins, Rysdale?
So phone and cancel.
Well, what about Mr. Lowe? You've been trying to land him all month. Suppose he decides to come tonight.
Carlton Lowe? He won't show.
Maybe he will. Now, you told me yourself that's $3-4 grand. If you can materialize his daughter for him.
Ooh, honey, that's an awful lot of money for just one night's work.
No, I'm not taking any more chances. I think it's time to cut out of here right away.
But, honey...
Look, no more arguments. Cancel everything for tonight.
There goes a fast $4,000.
Don't worry. I'll handle him.
5 p.m. The office of Roy Nesbitt, attorney at law. His client, Selina Rysdale. Quite a mouthful, and she's quite a handful, too, as Nesbitt is beginning to discover.
Superstitious. That's the whole trouble. You're superstitious.
And you're very impertinent, Mr. Nesbitt. For the last time, I'm asking you to leave me alone.
But I don't want to leave you alone, Selina. It isn't just protecting your investments. I want to protect you. If you'd only let me help you.
I have all the help I need, thank you. Kazam...
That's charlatan.
I warn you, not another word. Kazam is a very great psychic counselor.
Great psychic swindler, if you ask me. I've got a whole drawer full of these things. Canceled checks, thousands of dollars that you've donated to his phony schemes, just thrown away.
Thrown away? You seem to forget that Kazam was able to contact my late husband.
You don't believe that, do you? Somebody mumbling in the dark through a trumpet? Anyone attending a seance with an open mind could prove to you that it's all a fake.
Now, that's just enough. It may interest you to know that I'm seeing Kazam again tonight. And it wouldn't surprise me a bit if he advised me to get another attorney.
Penfield speaking. She's going there again tonight. I don't think we can hold up our plans any longer.
All right. I'll get over to Kazam's right away.
Martha Collins was paralyzed in an accident 3 years ago. Her brother Sid took over the household affairs. Today, at 7 p.m., Martha discovered something else that Sid had taken over.
All right, Sid. What's the meaning of this?
I told you not to open my strong box. Those papers are private. Business, see?
Business. Taking Father's insurance money and squandering it on a lot of worthless mining stock?
You don't understand. It isn't worthless. Kazam says we're going to make millions.
You miserable creature. A job isn't good enough for you, is it? You'd rather fall for a get-rich-quick scheme like this. I'd like to get my hands on that phony mystic.
He's not a phony. He's my friend. He wants to help us. I'm going to see him tonight.
Here. You take that with you tonight. You tell Kazam you want your money back.
You can't boss me around. I make my own decisions.
You mean that phony makes them for you? You think I'm just going to sit here and watch my life go down the drain?
What else can you do? Good night, sister dear.
All day long, Carlton Lowe sat in his penthouse apartment trying to make up his mind. Ever since the sudden, tragic death of his teenage daughter, he debated the possibility of making contact with her spirit. Now, tonight, at 7:30, he came to a decision. He called Kazam.
That's right. It has to be tonight. Yes, I'll bring the money. In cash. But I don't like to carry such an amount with me. Very well, if you insist. But I must be sure. You understand, quite sure. If there's any sign of trickery... All right, 9 o'clock.
Be seated. The seance has begun.
Kazam,
Quiet. Do not disturb the trance. Please. Join hands. Do not break the circle. Whatever happens here, I must warn you. Do not leave the table. Keep your hands joined. Look into the crystal.